Hey all, Marine here with another out of the box video, and for today's video I'm going to be doing the Gaberiel Angelos Blood Ravens Chapter Master from Forge World. I've had this model for, I don't know, 4 to 6 months maybe now, I don't know. Yeah, I've had it for a while sitting on the shelf of things I need to get to. So at the very least we're going to do an unboxing, take a look at all the components and how it looks, and then from there, one thing I do know I'm already going to probably change is the head on here, and I'm not sure how the head comes on this guy yet, if he's easy to swap out, because I just don't like the sculpt of the head. It's just, I think that was probably the main complaint I've seen online as well and other places. It's just like, you know, he has like a 4-foot tall forehead on the guy. Yeah, it looked kind of weird, so I'm looking to swap it out. There's a Primaris, like Sergeant or Bear Head or whatever you want to call it, that came out that looks, I think, pretty close to the same like hairstyle and facial features as Gaberiel Angelos, that I think would make a great head swap. Hopefully it's an easy process. If not, well, we'll find out together here. So let me get things set up and let's take a look at this model. Alright, here we are. So let's take a look inside this box. Okay, so here is a little card that comes in it, so you can kind of see right there what I'm talking about. That head, I just do not know what's going on with that. Yeah, and alright, well, I can already tell it's not going to be an easy thing. It looks like the body is like all one piece, then you have the hammer, the base, and then it looks like part of that forearm. So looks like I am going to have to do a little cutting and dremeling to swap out the head. Alright, so what else we got here? We got the inspected for quality as of November 17. And, alright, take a look. So we have all the components of the base, got some work debris on here, and I don't quite recall how this all fits together, but we'll figure that out. Because then you have this piece that then like encases it somehow. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll figure that out. Okay, and then we have, let's see. Alright, so there's a little bit more. I mean, at least you have to put the hammerhead onto the hammer itself. Okay. And there he is. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a process to get in there and get that out, but I will definitely try my best. Looks like there's a little bend up here that I'm not too fond of, and overall it's not as kind of pointed end as the other pieces are, but other than that, everything looks pretty good. Looking at the detail here in the Blood Raven, looks pretty decent. Alright, overall not too bad. I think it looks good. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely have to figure out this headpiece, and we will go from there. So let me, I'm actually going to cut all this off and kind of clean it up a little bit off camera. I'm going to throw this in a warm water soap bath first to make sure that there is any resin release left on it. It's going to come off, and then we will go from there as far as I'll cut apart the pieces here, and then kind of clean them up a little bit so we can get to the assembly process. And I'll probably also attempt at swapping this head out for the video of assembly. So I will be back shortly in your time, but probably quite a few hours in mine, so I can get these things a good soak and scrub down. Alright. Okay, so I decided just to kind of skip over the assembly. It's pretty straightforward, and would make for kind of a boring video just to watch me put this together. The one major change, as you can see, that little bit of gray plastic there for the head, like I said, I swapped out the head. I ended up just dremeling out the old face because you can't really, I mean, you can kind of clip it out, but then you can't really get it deep enough, so I used my Dremel and got in there nice and deep and made a good cavity for the regular Primaris head to get in there. But yeah, so as you can see, it's a pretty nice model. This is the big scenic base, and it comes apart into the smaller base. But overall, is a nice model. Like I said, my biggest pet peeve was that head, which I decided to rectify here. Kind of get in there nice and close. I think that head is more than suitable and meets the needs of this model, and I think actually makes it look quite a bit cooler, in my opinion. But yeah, so then on here you have this back piece that comes off, and as you can see, I added a few magnets in a few areas, and then on the base itself, so that way it kind of snaps on, and then this guy then slides out. So you have your big scenic base here, and slide that there, and yeah, and then here he is if you want to use him in a game without the scenic base. Yeah, very awesome, very cool, and I'm very happy to add this to my collection, as the Blood Ravens honestly were the whole reason I got into the tabletop, because I played Dawn of War way before. Trying to put this back on one-handed is a little tricky here. But yeah, I played Dawn of War way before I ever got into the tabletop version. Before I even really knew there was a tabletop version, I just saw this pretty cool looking video game and got it and started playing it. And then while I was playing it, somebody mentioned, like, hey, you know, that's actually a tabletop game as well. Man, I'm really having a hard time sliding this back in one-handed. It's usually fairly easy. There we go. And there we go. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed this video and this kind of model showcase here of it. There we go. Now it's back on, and then because of the magnets I can pick it up as one piece. There's a little bit of movement, but that's just because this guy's not magnetized down at all, but he doesn't really need to. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and until next time.